Hello world, welcome to Brion and Emma. This is our first video of many more to come. I'm Emma and
I'm Brion.
And we're here to, I don't even know what we're here to do. We're basically here to bring our energies together, create a space that allows for all kinds of conversation, which we'll tell you a little bit about in a moment. But before we do, in case you're not familiar with either of our work, so my name is Emma. I am a life coach. I love holding space for people, whether that is for people to awaken and evolve or for people to grow and reinvent themselves. I think that's so important, especially in a time of COVID and a world pandemic where we're all redefining what normal is. So that's a little bit about me. Brion, why don't you tell our audience a little bit about you?
Absolutely. I'm Brion once again. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I've made my way down to Atlanta. I'm excited to be here. I came down here to really, finish my schooling, get my master's in public health, and then as Emma's going to get to, we had an opportunity to meet in our corporate consulting gigs, which we'll go into more detail in a little bit later. But that's basically me. This is kind of the space that I want to use, to bring those two disciplines together, and then also, try to add some common sense to these conversations as we'll get into some of those topics that we'll be covering, in later sessions.
Beautifully said, Brion. And I think too, as Brion mentioned, we met, we both offer corporate consulting and we were at the same client company. And honestly, Brion, I think we just clicked day one. I think our energies aligned. We were speaking the same language.
Oh yeah.
We just hit it off.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it's the energy that comes between us that I think really hits on, our personalities, what we value, and then how we like to bring people together to have some really important conversations. So from day one, we've been on it, and I think we have the opportunity to bring that type of energy to many more conversations moving forward.
Totally. Brion and I are both space holders. We love to create that space for you to ask questions, get uncomfortable, and you're taking this journey with us. So, and I think too, like when the pandemic hit and then we started seeing more people awaken, we started seeing people protest and really evolve and start to question like, what is our society doing? I think that's when Brion and I really came together and realized there wasn't really a space for us to comfortably speak about issues, whether it be social justice or leadership conversations at work, or Brion, feel free to, add other topics to this, but we didn't feel there was that space for us.
Absolutely, Emma. I think other aspects of this with our experience, with leadership, and these really difficult conversations that not just transcend race, but transcend personality. And I think those types of conversations are really, really needed in this time because we don't talk and we don't have these conversations in a vacuum. And I think a lot of things touch on a lot of different topics, and having the space to really, pull together those different attitudes, those different ideas, and have a really, robust conversation is a great space for us that we think could be useful for not just ourselves, but others that we know and we look forward to engaging with in the future.
Totally. And I honestly think this came about like one day Brion and I were having a great conversation like we always do. And we were like, why aren't we recording this? Like this could help someone, or the career advice that we're giving each other, or, whatever we're talking about, like why not expand it and put it out there? So we really just want to bring our authenticity, bring our, energy to you, and you're welcome to ask us questions. We'll answer them in our videos. But I think that's just kind of where we got this idea from. It's like, why not show this to the world? No one else is talking about it. Why don't we?
Absolutely. And I think, with this opportunity, I think we have, the space to really, dive deep into these conversations that we wouldn't normally have. And I think, as we evolve, in these conversations, we look forward to, the audience having, a lot of say in terms of the topics that we bring up and that are really near and dear to their heart, that I think we can provide some insight on, that we have a lot of experience in. So we look forward to having those conversations and those ideas come at us, as they come.
Totally. So expect more from us in the near future. You can, of course, find us on our YouTube channel, Brion and Emma. You can also find me on Instagram at Emma Evolving if you want more of this, right? More of this energy. I'm here. Brion may share his, social media as he gets started with that later on, but find me there, find us here, send us questions. And we're so excited to meet you and support you.
Absolutely. Well said, Emma. I don't think we have anything else that we can cover right now. We look forward to engaging with you guys soon and keep us, you keep us honest as we go through this journey with you. We look forward to talking with you guys very soon.
Love that. Good night, everyone. Have a beautiful night.